The time not creating content is losing you money. So what I mean is, as an aesthetic professional, you are not creating content because you might be too busy doing other things you think. You might be too busy managing the patients, managing the staff, doing the injections, doing everything that you cannot make time to actually create content. But then you think about it, you like, my business is not where I want it to be. It's because you are not making the time to create your content. And so, what I want you to do is, I want you to look at it like this. When you create content, this video content, it allows your business to get seen. And then, when you get your business seen, what happens is it allows more green stuff to come in. And so, if you are too busy wearing all of these hats, guess what happens? You can't bring no new eyeballs in to buy your product or buy your services or whatever it may be. But what you keep saying is, you keep saying, I don't got the time to create content. You don't need the time to create content. You just need to delegate it to a content firm like the King of Content, and you can keep your time on helping your patients and getting them better results. But maybe what it is you are overwhelmed, you are stressed, you are scared of what's going to happen if you get in front of this camera. If you get in front of this camera, this is you today, right? You think if you get in front of this camera, everybody out there in the audience is just going to be laughing at you. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha, talking about you, saying you ain't this, you ain't that. You allowing imposter syndrome to stop you from getting out and serving. But what I want you to realize is nobody is out there even waiting to laugh on you. Most people is out there crying because they need your help. They're crying because somebody is not there to help them become a better version of them because you are too scared to show up in your content. Because you don't believe you got enough time. I want you to look at it like this. It don't take that much time. Let's say if you delegate a day out of 30 days a month, one day to create content for the whole month, what happens is now you can serve that person that you are starting your aesthetic practice to serve. But what you're doing wrong that's stopping you from growing is you are not getting enough visibility, and the visibility is what's hindering you. And I want you to stop this because I see so many aesthetic practices go under because they're not making no money. But then when you tell them what to do to make the money, you don't show up and do it. So if I'm telling you, and you can go see it with your competition, is that the content is what's stopping you from getting to the next level, and you got to prioritize the content because it's necessary for you to grow, then you need to do that. And so even if you did it like this, if you took out 2 months, if you did it like this, you took out 2 hours, right, to shoot the content. And let's just say you shot 12 pieces of content, right? And then let's say you took out 1 hour to edit the content. And then let's just say you took out 1 hour to automate the post the content. All right, so that's 4 hours out of a whole month you are using to create content. You're telling me that what it is that you do is not worth 4 hours to get new people through the door. And I don't care if it's one person this month through the door. It's somebody new. If you keep going, guess what happens? This thing is compounding. And so you might not know the value of content creation yet. You might not know the value of what content marketing do for your business because you probably never done it. You never looked into it. You just doing what the textbook tell you to do, 1, 2, 3. But what I want you to know is if you want to be sustainable and last long, because if you know it, it's aesthetic practice opening up on each corner. And you will not survive if you do not be the number one in your market. You will not survive if you don't spend the necessary things that you got to spend to be seen. You will not survive if you don't start making time for your content, because this is what's going to allow you to step over inside of the consumer's minds. I don't care what ABCs you got on the end of your name. I don't care if you're MD, a NP, a BS, a DNP, or none. All that stuff don't matter. What matters to the consumer is who is the loudest in the market. And so what I see all the time is the clients that do the best are the ones that is okay with being the loudest in the market. I'm talking about go all in. Do not make excuses. Serve this one market and dominate. So you're not serving enough. You're sitting around want somebody else to do the work. You're sitting around not creating the content. You rather go on vacation. You rather do all of these things. How about show up in your business and make some time for the content so you can serve more people? Because right now you are losing out on market share because you're not willing to sacrifice the time. That time to create content. And I know this because content changed my life. And I done changed so many people's lives with content. And so if you're stuck at that ceiling, that plateau, if your bank account is screaming at you like, give me some money, then that means you're not doing what you're supposed to do. It's nobody else's fault. If you thinking about, I'm going to close my aesthetic practice, that's because you giving up because you ain't even give it your all yet. I don't care how much time you feel that you put into your business, you didn't do the right steps. You didn't delegate. You still wearing all of the hats. And as long as you keep wearing all of the hats, it's going to keep pulling you down. It's going to keep weighing you down. It's going to keep weighing you down. But until you delegate that content out to somebody else, that's the only way you're going to get built. So you can stop saying you don't have the time to create it. Create it by spending to the people that actually have the time to do it for you. And I just wanted to say this because I see a lot of aesthetic practices and a lot of other businesses not winning because don't nobody know you here. Your specials, your 99% off ain't getting nobody through the door. What will get them is by you showing up, being consistent, by educating them, by showing them who you are so they can fall in love with you and make a difference in their life. I'm Dontel Antonio, and I'm a part of a company called The King of Content. We're a content firm that specializes in content creation for aesthetic professionals just like you. And if you don't want to worry about creating content because you don't got the time, what I want you to do is click the link in the bio, in the comments, and I want you to literally get on a call with us so we can show you how we can help you actually dominate your area and help you become more consistent with your content, more visible with your content, and with all of that together, that byproduct of that brings more revenue. But you got to be patient. You got to put in the work. You got to be coachable. You got to go over and beyond. So click the link in the description so we can get on the call to help you. And if you know another aesthetic professional that needs to actually use their time wisely and create content, send them this video.